Hey everybody, Bob Babbitt here. Welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from Challenge Daytona. We're brought to you by Toyota, the Daytona International Speedway, the NASCAR Foundation, the YMCA, and the City of Daytona Beach. Our next guest, the CEO of Challenge Family events all over the globe, Mr. Zibi. How you doing, bud?
Excellent. It's a pleasure to be back.
It's been a long time since we've been together in person.
Exactly.
A lot of emails, but no personal contact.
Time is flying.
This season was a great season for Challenge.
I think it was our most successful year globally.
Yeah.
We never had so many races sold out. We never had such a great participation of professional athletes. I think our world bonus worked extremely well.
Yes.
Our races like, Challenge Taiwan became the biggest triathlon race in history in Asia with 5,400 athletes.
Wow.
So we are very, very happy and proud, especially of our race director across the globe.
And this Challenge Daytona is it the only event in the States?
Right now, yes. There will be more to come.
Right.
But after our experiences in the past, we just decided to go the rather conservative route. And I think it was a very healthy one.
Yes.
Proven in Europe, proven in Asia,
South America.
Exactly. And so that's why we just want to get this race to something what people are really aim for and train for, and relaunch the brand in a way that we are known for across the globe as a quality leader.
What I like about this is, one, it's unique. You're at the Daytona International Speedway, which is epic. But I also like the distances, and I like the fact that you do an evening race. I don't know if there's another race that starts at 4:30 or so in the afternoon, right?
I think this is the one and only pro athletes race under the light in Daytona. I think, actually the Daytona distance, which is literally 3/4 of the 70.3 miler.
Yes.
Was born by occasion last year.
Right, because of the storms.
Exactly. Last year we had a number of challenges, weather challenges.
Right.
So we had to shorten the distance for the professionals, and it was kind of a rough thing because we kept professionals for a couple of hours in green rooms. We took care about them with food and training facilities, but still we changed the whole concept.
What is it going to be?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And after the race, all the athletes
they loved it.
Crossed the finish line, hugged me, and say, "Don't change this. This is amazing." Doing laps in the.
Why if you're at Daytona? Why go out on the streets?
Exactly.
And it makes it, you don't have to deal with police. You don't have to deal with the road closures. You have the track.
And most important, doing the laps within the NASCAR oval, you have all of the age groupers on the side watching.
Exactly.
And you pass them number of times, and it's a great vibe. So I think it was very wise decision. And this year we did it on purpose, and the lineup of professional athletes with the best of the best.
Yeah, you got Lionel Sanders, you got Andrew Starkowitz, and what we forget is, Lucy. Talking to Andrew, he grew up as a big NASCAR guy. So being on this speedway, and I'm sure Lionel, the same type of thing, is. This is an epic. This is a epic location for them to ride their bikes on the Daytona Speedway. That's pretty cool.
We had this morning 7 to 9, like a course recognition, and you saw already big smiles and shiny eyes, and definitely. Andrew last year already at the press conference, he's a great NASCAR fan.
Big time.
He know all of the statistics.
Right.
He was driving nuts all of the reporters from media. It was really, really interesting, and I think it's one of a kind in the world to have the entire race within a stadium.
It's the future. I remember in France a number of years ago they did an indoor triathlon.
Right.
Remember they had a pool and the velodrome, and then the run on the bank of the flat part of the velodrome.
Right. Usually you get the athletes on the swim, and then you send them on the course. Exactly.
Yeah.
And here you have them 15 laps.
15 times, and then
they
run it too. It's pretty cool. And being an end of season, I don't think anybody's going to complain that the race is too short.
No, definitely not. Actually, I had a chat with a couple of guys coming from Europe, and they said, well, what an amazing opportunity for us. They came with entire family.
Right.
So they take a couple of days off, beautiful weather in Florida versus what you have in Europe right now. Going to the Disneyland with family, bit of a Christmas shopping, so wife and family is happy, and then they do the race. So it's, I think, a great of the season.
What's been the biggest challenge from being, you had one epic event, Challenge Roth, and then to go from there and say, we are going to do a series of events, and you want all of them to look and feel. You want people to understand when they come to a challenge race, this is what you get. That's what you're selling. How tough has that been? Because it's been how many years now?
Well, Challenge Roth is celebrating the 40th anniversary, right. And physically we started. There was a couple of races before,
yes.
Licensed races or partner races, but like 7 years ago we started to build a global series, and
yes.
now it's 40 events in 26 countries.
Yes,
we are having a pretty nice global stretch. And the benchmark is high. Roth
right.
is probably quality-wise the best race in the world by miles.
Yes,
I mean you were
it's very
there.
Special.
It's very special. The community is owning it. Is hundreds of thousands of people and just fantastic quality. And Roth is just providing the benchmark we work against. We want to have our races reflecting the quality leadership.
Yes.
And if you have a no compromise approach into the delivery, it's tough work.
It is.
But this is what we are improving every year. We are far from perfect, but I think if you talk to media, industry, athletes, pro athletes, everyone will tell you Challenge family care. So we are reflecting the brand,
right.
Caring about the local community, caring about all of those key players. And driving the pack by quality.
So with moving forward, one of the hard parts I think we've seen groups come in and they grow too fast, and they try to do too many events, and you've had controlled growth the last few years, and I'm guessing that's by design.
Absolutely. I mean, there were markets where we entered with a higher speed. And this wasn't always very successful.
Right.
So I think for us, the best what we could do, being different, being focused on athletes' experience. We are saying all the time, it's Challenge Family is all about the athletes. It's also taking care about the little bits and pieces to deliver a quality experience. So I think to drive this in a conservative way,
right.
with a rather slower growth, but with a growth driven by quality, it's
made a difference. So when we did our film We Are Triathletes a few years ago, so many people, because we had been and done our show from there a couple of years, and we knew how special the event was. But the number of people, I think we did 19,000 ticket sales and 365 theaters around the world. Did you see a bump in terms of awareness for the Challenge brand from that?
Definitely. I mean, there was a number of races who ran the We Are Triathletes race prior to briefings or prior to prize giving ceremony across the globe, still happening.
Yeah.
Also engagement with clubs and teams across the globe in different parts of the world. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, perfect example was the introduction of our first race in Anhui in China, because one of the athletes
he's from China. That's right. Yeah.
I mean,
key.
I tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I never ever saw so many spectators on the course in my entire life.
But as you had in China.
Unbelievable. It was like hundreds and hundreds of thousands.
Wow.
This was blowing me completely away.
Oh my God!
But also in China, we ran this movie to introduce the event, to introduce the brand, and I think it was pretty successful.
With what do you see as your biggest challenges now as you move forward?
I think the demographics are changing significantly, and I think we providing the right answers. Challenge families, as the name it says, it's something inclusive. Family means in every language something inclusive. So we are implementing our races more like festivals rather than
just a one-off race.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a whole weekend of stuff.
Right. And on top of that, we are running a number of events or activation prior to the event to engage the people with the brand longer.
Right.
Than only the weekend of the event itself.
Right. So clinics and things like that. Yeah, we found that in the U.S. that the races that are doing the clinics are the ones that have been successful.
Yeah.
It's not brain surgery.
Yeah.
You got to get
Activating
people.
teams.
Yes.
So our biggest challenge is just to keep the healthy growth.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, from the organizational standpoint, triathlon events are probably most complicated sporting events you could have.
Yeah, when somebody's a
Swim
triathlon race
safety,
director
yes.
and they go, I'm just going to put on a 5K.
Right, yeah. That's a different animal, different
Totally,
story.
right?
So we always need kind of a solid 6, 7, 8 elements set up. So we need tourism board supporting governmental institution, safety, security of the race. Then we need a local partner who represents the value of Challenge Family on the ground. We are having, I don't know, somewhere above 100, north of 100 applications for new races across the globe. So we are very, very selective and very picky. So every addition, it's a quality improvement to our race. So I think the biggest challenge is to keep this this attribute moving forward as one of our USPs.
From a marketing perspective, a lot of times, I'm sure you're sort of the same way, you'd look at, okay, we've got 40 events, we're going to get a title sponsor for all 40 events, and we're going to get a running shoe for it. It just doesn't, right? It never works.
Exactly.
Because at every country, there's different ebb and flow of what sponsors are on board, what sponsors don't care. The sponsorship side is tough.
It's tough, and I think many brands, endemic brands, they have different priority markets.
Right.
And so what we are luckily having a couple of global partners, but majority of our partners are regional, continental, and market related. So I think it's tough to say for an endemic brand, all of the markets where we are present with our races, all of them are equally important. That's definitely not the case.
From a TV is changing, obviously, where people used to sit and watch their television. Now they're on their handheld, and you get big numbers on YouTube. Where are you leaning moving forward in terms of media?
Social media.
Yes.
Interaction with the customers, with the athletes. Luckily, the long distance or longer distance triathletes, they are, I would say, almost addicted to the social media.
Passion, right.
And they are willing to interact with the brand. So this is where our growth is definitely coming from. Great interaction. We're spending a lot of time and efforts of delivering customized, handheld, dedicated content. So we just ask our athletes, ask our customers, what do they expect from us? We are running constantly a market research around all of our events, and our athletes are telling us what they
you
want
need to do.
Exactly.
Well, the other side of that, it's really a cool era because you have way more direct contact with your athletes than you used to have, and they can respond to. Our show is a perfect example. People will tell us what they like, what they don't like, and you can look at the numbers and know, overnight what they like. So while it used to be all about television and buying commercials, and it's a different world now.
We are having with the triathletes a very sophisticated, very well educated customers.
Yes.
And they are very precise on what and how they want to consume the sport. So engagement is critical.
Right.
They want to have a voice. I mean, we raised a bit of a topic with the professional athletes. Our fields in the professional athletes just grew unbelievably, but we listen to them. We ask them questions. We ask
what do you like, what you don't like,
And this is a perfect example. Challenge Daytona is a perfect example. We just analyzed the race after the last year accidental change to the Daytona distance, and they told us, please do not change. This is what we love. All of the age groupers will be, after the briefings on the side of this course, cheering for us. We don't have this anywhere else in the world. And you see far over 50 pro athletes just attending this race.
It's funny. I think they think as a race director, okay, I've got to pay all these pro athletes a ton of money just to get them here. And I think what I've seen over the years, if you treat people well and they know they're going to come here and be taken care of, that that's what they want. They just want to feel appreciated for what their hard effort they put in.
Not everything is about money.
No.
It's about how you treat the people. And if you talk to the athletes, I mean, you will
which I
have
do.
a couple of them
I talk to a few
over the
yeah.
days.
Yeah.
They will tell you probably the same thing. Wherever they go to challenge Mallorca or challenge Almere Amsterdam or challenge Anhui in China or Roth,
yes.
they are treated like they should be treated. They are icing on a cake of our sport.
Right.
So we build, as I have said, the world bonus for the professional athletes was also a reflection of their views and their perspectives. So we are listening to, and we work closely with them together to make our sport bigger, better, and bolder.
I love it. Bigger, better, bolder. I love that. You heard it from the man, Zibi. Zibi, as always, thank you for having us here.
Thanks a lot.
This is, for myself, this is really cool. For my producer, John Geffram, who's a motorhead from way back, this is like a dream come true. You know, he thought he was going to drive the pace car, but no, that's not going to happen. He tried to drive the pace car. Zibi has been our guest. We are at Challenge Daytona. Hold on, everybody. We will be right back.